Zeus, this is my beer. Get down, down. Down. The fifth book in the Odd Thomas series, and to date, my least favorite. I liked the first one a lot, and the second one has grown on me more since I've read it. Brother Odd wasn't the best, but like after Brother Odd, Odd Hours, it was okay. Like, I liked it a lot more than I liked this one. I didn't like the diminished cast. Welcome back, sir. If I thought Brother Odd was a departure from form, then Odd Apocalypse is just straight up jumping the shark. It still has a ghost. If you want to stretch it, I can go to ghosts. Count the woman and the horse. But as they never appear separately, they are one ghost. And the weird shadowy things, I forget their names right now, that are in the other books that foretell like pain and suffering, don't make an appearance either. But like, I really guess they didn't have a place to fit in, as this wasn't as grand scale, even with the name Odd Apocalypse, because like nothing about the book actually feels apocalyptic. Spoilers. The dread location for this novel is an estate called Roseland, built by a movie mogul named Clarence Cloyce in the 1920s. And over the course of the novel, it's revealed that Nikola Tesla built a grand machine into it because reasons, and he was duped thinking that they'd be visionaries. And it was just mumbo-jumbo science into just off-putting. Like, I'm a big fan of Tesla's work, and I really love the things that he was able to do that we still can't replicate. And this brought nothing unique about Tesla. Like, it doesn't look at him differently than pop culture currently looks at him. And I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Like, Tesla is amazing. The man wrote love letters to pigeons in his later days. He wasn't all there. And so, like, I didn't get the crazy. And like, he felt like he didn't really have a lot of purpose. Like, he felt shoehorned in for a reason to get another celebrity ghost in. After Elvis and after Frank Sinatra. But he's not technically a ghost. Oh wait, there is two. Alfred Hitchcock is the ghost, who he doesn't even start to help in this book. He just kind of pops up 80% of the way through the book like, hey, help a famous ghost is still your thing, right? It's just kind of out of nowhere, and it's the most Odd Thomas-y thing about the book. Like, when the book felt like an Odd Thomas novel, I feel should, is when his interactions around and with and concerning Alfred Hitchcock. And it was just those scenes really well written, but like, with this book also has a really cramped cast of characters. Okay, so there's Odd Thomas, there's Anne Maria, there is Timothy, this little boy with an old man soul because time stuffs. There's the two dogs, which I do like the two dogs. The two dogs being around was really nice to see. Tesla, of course, I mentioned Hitchcock shows up as it. I'm going to throw these guys all as protagonists. Okay, so the best character in this book, in my opinion, is Kenny Randolph Fitzgerald Mountbatten. He is a security guard for the estate in that Roseland. As the two from the future and the past ebb into each other, occasionally, they're aware of one another. And we're this Roseland, and it's that Roseland. And so Kenny defends it in a world full of these pig soldier things and bats with razor fangs and all this weird shit in a distant future that's just wrecked by nuclear wars, plural, and just nuts shit that he just blurts off like it's... Everyone knows this, and that was really fun. That character was really great, and might be my actual favorite part of this book. Then there's just everyone else is a bad guy. Everyone else is a bad guy. Like, if they're in this novel and they say something about Thomas, they're bad guys. Like, I didn't like how there was no gray areas in the morality of this story. Like, yes, the Clarence Quince, the main bad man, is a real evil and deserves to be offed, but like everyone else in the book is rotten and evil. Like, it's hard for him to feel the most villainousy of the villains when his shit is just on par with every other antagonist in the book. Because they're all masquerading as other people, and I don't care to remember which names are which, but the ones I remember them by is there's a thin elfin-faced chick, Victoria Morse. There is an older maid lady, not slightly, Miss T. There is Willow and Holly something are security guards in this Roseland. There is Chef something, and a gardener, whose name I cannot remember. Now, all of these people have been there since day one of Roseland, and are all old cronies with parents' toys. They've all been in this debaucherous mess for since the day it started. And they all died. And that felt bad. Like, they had a good character, and they're creating like a weird surrogate family for Lee Thomas. And I don't know what the heck that's going towards, because he's now got Emery in the who's totally pregnant, or he's been pregnant for a very long time in the States, which is like, think about it, like, you just aren't you so psychic crazy, like, girl with like psychic like things like Aunt Thomas, but now she's like totally pregnant, but and there's Timothy, and like he can play the role of like surrogate son. It just feels like two dogs, the kid, and Maria, Odd, is building this weird nuclear family. And I'm not sure if this is intended, but it really feels like it's so blatant that it can't be. And I don't know what it's trying to convey with that. But like, none of the Odd Thomas books feel long. Like, once I start reading them, the pages just fly by. This isn't like when I read The Stand in like 2 days for this. But, like, I could read an Odd Thomas book over a weekend, and it doesn't feel like I've torn through a novel in a weekend. Where, like, it reads very effortlessly, and they're light, and the tone is kept very casual, and I like the quirky humor that is still there, but it just doesn't feel the same. I miss Pico Mundo a lot. Like, I want him to go back. And I want him to just be done. Like, fuck. Let him see Stormy already, man. Like, or tie this up. But I know there's like 2 or 3 more novels to go. And I just keep feeling bad for him because he's not going to see his girl anytime soon. So, out of the 5 Odd Thomas books I've currently read, I will definitely place Odd Apocalypse dead last. Right above that, I'm going to throw Odd Hours. Above Odd Hours would be... You know what? No. It goes Brother Odd, Odd Hours. Then Forever Odd, and then Odd Thomas being the best one of the series. Like, if I'm going to recommend you read them, I'd be like, read the first Odd Thomas. It's really good. It's worth reading. Then keep in mind that the series will have a steady decline of the charm and a lot of the stuff. Like, the characters that made the first 2 books so great are just so heavily absent here, and the book really, you can really feel the narrative loss of having those characters, and they address it by bringing them up, like they're referenced. Like, Odd Thomas references these amazing characters. Motherfucker, pick up a phone and call them. You're on an estate. Like, I want to see him contact and interact with the ones that he loved back home. It feels like he just kind of wandered off and has been just missing for 1.5 years. No, checking in on them to let them know he's okay. He's just leaving them all worrying that, like, is he dead in a ditch somewhere? And I kind of think that's shitty. So overall, can't say that I liked it. So next month, I'll be reading The Survivor by James Herbert. It was given to me by a friend, and looks scary. See you then, and until then, keep reading. Horror Fanatic here, and this month I want to talk to you about Odd Apocalypse, the 5th book in the Odd Thomas series by Dean Koontz. Hey, Zeus. Hey. Zeus, no. Down. Zeus, you can't.